At 63, she had only $17, nowhere to sleep, and no one left in the world. Until a stranger asked her a question that changed everything. The stagecoach thundered away, its wheels cutting deep into the dry earth as a cloud of dust swallowed the main street of Copper Valley in the Arizona Territory. When the dust finally settled, Margaret Ellen Thornton was still standing there, completely alone. The sound of hooves faded into the distance, carrying away the last connection to the life she once knew. She did not move. She simply stared at the empty road, her fingers tightening around the worn handle of her carpet bag. It was faded and nearly empty, just like the future waiting for her. 3 weeks earlier, the telegram had arrived. She could still see the words in her mind as if they were burned there. Ruth passed peacefully. Stop. Funeral already held. Stop. Her sister, her last family, her final hope, was gone before Margaret could even reach her. The hot desert wind tugged at her gray hair, and for a moment she felt as though she might collapse right there in the street, but she did not. She had not survived 63 years by falling apart. Her husband Samuel had died 2 winters before, taken by a fever that swept through their small farm in Missouri. Before that, her only son Jacob had been killed in a mining accident in Colorado. The farm had been sold to pay debts she never knew existed, and now Ruth was gone too. $17. That was all she had left. $17 and the heavy silence of a world that had forgotten her. Around her, Copper Valley continued its ordinary rhythm. Men rode past laughing. Women crossed the street carrying baskets. Children chased a spotted dog, their laughter bright in the evening air. Somewhere, a fiddle played a lively tune. Life went on as though her heart were not breaking in the middle of it. Margaret swallowed hard. She would not cry here. She would not give strangers the satisfaction of seeing her shattered. She lifted her bag and began to walk. She did not know where she was going, but standing still felt too much like surrender. And she had promised Samuel, on the night before he died, that she would keep going no matter what. She passed the mercantile, the land office, and the hotel whose polished windows reflected a woman she barely recognized. Thin, tired, old. She walked until the town began to thin and the buildings gave way to open land. The mountains stood in the distance, dark and silent, while the sun sank low, painting the sky in fire and gold. Her legs trembled from exhaustion. At the edge of town stood a livery stable and a long wooden watering trough. She lowered herself onto its edge with a sigh, no longer caring about manners or appearances. The wood was rough beneath her hands, and the air smelled of horses and dust. For the first time that day, she allowed herself to breathe. Minutes passed, then an hour, perhaps more. The sky deepened into purple and blue, and one by one, the stars appeared. She wondered what it would feel like to simply disappear, to walk into the mountains and never return. Would anyone even notice? Have you ever felt so lonely that it feels like the whole world is moving on without you? That's exactly where Clara found herself. After a heartbreaking loss, her vibrant life in the city faded to gray. Days blurred into a quiet routine of work and solitude, her apartment feeling more like a cage than a home. The laughter from nearby cafes and the sight of happy couples only deepened her sense of isolation. She longed for a connection, a spark, anything to remind her that she was still alive. One evening, scrolling aimlessly online, she stumbled upon a profile that stopped her in her tracks. It was a man named Jake, a rancher from a quiet corner of the country she'd never heard of. His photos weren't flashy, just a kind smile, weathered hands, and eyes that held the same quiet loneliness she felt in her own heart. He wrote about his love for the land, his loyal dog, and the peace of a sunrise over open fields. Intrigued, Clara took a leap of faith and sent a simple message: "Your ranch looks beautiful." That one message sparked a connection that grew stronger with every text and late-night call. They talked for hours, sharing stories of their pasts, their dreams, and the quiet ache of being alone. Clara found herself laughing again, a sound she thought she had lost forever. Jake's calm, steady voice was a balm to her weary soul. Finally, she gathered all her courage and bought a plane ticket. Stepping off the plane, her heart pounded. And there he was, looking just like his pictures, a shy smile on his face. The moment their eyes met, all the fear and doubt melted away. It felt like coming home. Life on the ranch was a world away from the city. Instead of sirens, she woke up to birdsong. Instead of concrete, she felt soft earth beneath her feet. Jake taught her how to ride a horse, how to mend a fence, and how to find beauty in the simplest things. Together, they weren't two lonely people anymore. They were a team, building a new life filled with shared laughter and quiet moments of understanding. They found in each other the second chance they both so desperately needed. A reminder that even after the darkest nights, the sun will always rise again. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that warm the heart.